There are three kinds of prepositions in German language. There are Dativ Präpositionen, there are Akkusativ Präpositionen, and there are Wechselpräpositionen. Dativ Präpositionen are the preposition or the prepositions where the noun which comes after the preposition will be in dative case. Same applies to accusative prepositions, meaning the noun which comes after these prepositions will be in accusative case, meaning the article will change. If there is an adjective, the adjective ending will change. Now there is this third list that is called as Wechselpräpositionen, meaning Wechsel literally means change. So these are prepositions which are sometimes in accusative case, sometimes in dative case. So depending on how you use them, the case will change. Let us look at the list one by one. Let us look at the list for Dativ Präpositionen. We have aus, we have außer, we have bei, we have mit, we have nach, we have seit, we have von, we have zu, we have gegenüber, and we have ab. Aus means out of or from, außer means except, for or besides, bei is at or near, mit is with or by, nach is after or to, seit is since, von is from, zu is to, gegenüber is opposite or across from, ab means onwards, right? Now, it's not a very good idea to just remember the meanings, like as it is. It's always a good idea to use them in some example. For example, the preposition by, yeah, again, these are dative prepositions. So the whatever comes after by, whether it's a noun or a pronoun, it has to be in dative case. So by means at or near. One example: kann ich bei dir übernachten? Anyone knows what übernachten means? Really, no one knows übernachten? Okay, übernachten means to spend the night. Yeah, like for example, if you go to a friend's place, you can say, "Hey, I don't want to go home. Can I just spend the night over here? I'll go early in the morning." Yeah, übernachten means that. So after by, you have dia. Yeah, dia is the dative pronoun. Then let's look at this the preposition mit. So mit means with. So ich möchte mit dir kurz unterhalten. So, ich möchte mit dir kurz unterhalten. Unterhalten means to interact or to talk to. After mit, you have dia again, because dia, if you wanted to say I want to talk to her, you would have said mit ihr. Yeah. If you wanted to say I want to talk to, I would like to talk to him, with him, then you would have said mit ihm. Whatever you have after mit will be in dative case. Then, for example, there are prepositions. I mean, I'm telling you that whatever comes after them will be in dative case, but sometimes you just use the prepositions as it is. For example, seit 7 Jahren wohne ich in Deutschland. Yeah, since 7 years I live in Germany. That's all you have to know. I mean, for example, if for example you use an article, if you use, for example, here, then there is no need for an article, right? Because we never use, there is an article for yar or in yar or also yaran, but you don't have to. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So so what I'm trying to say is that there are 10 prepositions that you should know that are dative. You should try to, as a homework, write at least 3 to 4 sentences with each of these prepositions and start using them. Yeah. So it is not a good idea. It is not the best to remember just this, like aus means out of, außer means except. No, remember them like these sentences, with the help of these sentences, right? If you remember ich möchte mit dir kurz unterhalten, you can also use this in the office, right? That I want to talk to you, something like that. Yeah, then you'll remember after mit it is always dative, because you know mit dir. Let us look at the accusative preposition. So you have durch, für, gegen, ohne, bis, entlang. Durch means through, für means for. You know this already, I guess. Gegen means against. Ohne means dich. Means around or at. You know this, like, 6 Uhr, at 6 a.m. Bis is until or to. Entlang is along. Again, not a good idea to remember not the best idea to remember the meanings as it is. Use them in some sentence. So, für dich habe ich immer Zeit. For you, I always have time. Or for you, I always have time. Check after few, it is dich, not dia. Because after few, it has to be accusative. So, dich. Ich habe nichts gegen dich. Yeah, I have nothing against you. Okay, I have nothing against you. After gegen, it is accusative. That's why this. If I wanted to say I have nothing against her, it would have looked like ich habe nichts gegen sie, because sie remains sie in accusative case. Ohne dia gegen ohne dich. Sorry, it should not be dia. It should be dich. Yeah. Ohne dich gehen wir nicht. After ohne, it is accusative, so it should have been dich. Without you, we won't go, or without you, we are not going, or without you, we don't go. Whatever you want to say. So again, after ona, it has to be dich. It's a mistake. It is I have written dia. So what I'm trying to, again, the same homework. Take each of these prepositions, write 3 to 4 sentences where you can think you can say this in real life with your colleague in your office. Let us look at prepositionen which are sometimes uh, accusative, sometimes dative. So uh, you have 9 of these. You can have more. I just need to know 9. An, auf, hinter, in, neben, über, hinter, unter, vor, zwischen. Let's start from the bottom. Zwischen means between. Vor means in front of or before. Unter means under or below. Über means over or above. Really, the slides are not changing. So I'm looking at Wechselpräpositionen now. Uh, okay, it's changing. All right. So I'll start again. So we are looking at Wechselpräpositionen. These prepositions, Wechsel literally means change. And these prepositions, whatever comes after them, whether it is a noun or a pronoun, sometimes it is accusative, sometimes it is dative. Now, when it is accusative and dative, we covered this in A1. I'll cover this one more time very quickly. So whenever the sentence describes some kind of motion, it will be accusative. Whenever the sentence describes a position, it will be dative. So whenever there is some motion, it will be after these prepositions, noun or pronoun will be uh, in dative case. Whenever there is no motion, it just describes a place or a position. Whenever the sentence describes some kind of motion, it will be accusative case. So you have zwischen meaning between, a for meaning in front of or before. For example, the screen is in front of me, or you can also say, I'm in front of the screen, whichever way you look at it. Unter means under or below. For example, below me there is this floor. Über means over above. For example, the ceiling is over me, yeah, above me. Neben means next to. For example, next to me there is I'm sitting next to the wall. In means in or into. For example, the food is in the refrigerator. Hinter means behind. For example, behind me, I don't know. There is nothing, yeah. Auf, on is upon. An is also at. People get confused between an and auf. So let me explain this to you in a very simple way. Uh, for example, let's say if I take this mouse, right, and if I keep it on my hand, it is touching. This is auf, yeah. So whenever there is contact, this is auf. Then what is an? An is like this. So there is also contact, but like the contact is like this. So whenever there is this, like, you can draw a vertical line through the both the objects, it is auf. Whenever the line is somewhat like horizontal, it is an. I hope you get it. Yeah. Now let's look at few examples. So here, ich stelle die, let's look at these two examples. Ich stelle die Flasche auf den Tisch. Die Flasche steht auf dem Tisch. So the article, so the preposition is the same, auf. But here it is den, implying accusative. Here it is them, implying dative. Now what changed? As I told you, whenever there is some motion, the sentence describes some kind of motion. After the preposition, it will be accusative. Now, what do you mean by motion? Let's look at this. Ich stelle die Flasche auf den Tisch, meaning I keep the bottle on the table, or you know something like that. uh, this means some motion, right? I'm saying I will keep it or I keep it. That means the bottle is somewhere else, maybe in my hand, and I will keep it on the table. This will imply the bottle will undergo some motion. That's why it is accusative. The next sentence, die Flasche steht auf dem Tisch. Here you're just saying where the bottle is, right? You're not saying I will move it, or you're just saying the bottle is on the table. That's it, right? And that's why it is dative. This one, ich hänge das Bild an die Wand. I'm hanging the picture on the wall. I will hang the picture on the wall, or I hang the picture on the wall. the picture is somewhere else, right? The picture is not yet on the wall, so it has to be, moved. There is some kind of motion, right? It has to be nailed to the wall, and that's why it is accusative. So the remains the in accusative, right? Thus bild hängt an der Wand. The picture is hanging on the wall, right? Or the picture hangs on the wall. You are just saying, describing something, the things the way they are, right? This does not describe any motion, right? You just say, thus bild hängt an der Wand, and there is no motion, so it is dative. Any questions?